It's day 8 of my 30-day album challenge, and today I decided to review Aphex Twin album Selected Ambience Works from 1985 to 1992. I had to go on a walk because these reviews and becoming creative with them, it's very draining and it's hard to come up with new things every single day. So a walk seems like a good remedy for that. This album, to the untrained ear, will probably make you think it's like some chaotic noise, but to people who appreciate music to a lot of different extents, will say this is good soundtrack music, this could be good video game music, this could be used for a lot of different things to invoke a lot of emotions. Some people might say that this is a confidence booster. I know when I was listening to this song, I was like, wow, you can really escape in this music and really just isolate yourself and really just be comfortable. It's a weird thing that happens when you get into a trance, a hypnotic state with this type of music, that you start to wonder nothing else around you really matters. You just lock into a certain element of the music, whether it's the snares, the synths, the bass, it doesn't really matter. You just lock in onto one certain thing and you start to appreciate the music. You start to see why people gravitate to this electronic dance music, or the more specific genre name, IDM, which is intelligent dance music, which I think is a pretty funny name for a genre. Like, you're calling people intelligent if they like this music, and if they don't, you're calling them dumb. Another funny thing about this album were that the track names were super hard to pronounce. Like, I couldn't pronounce like more than half of the names. In fact, my favorite tracks were all the names that I could pronounce: Pulse Width, Actium, and We Are the Music Makers. I had to look up the definitions for some of the track names, and some of them are referring to like ancient Greek, Roman art history and things like that. Like, I didn't know what to think about the track names. I don't know the significance. You guys can let me know down below what the meaning is behind a lot of these tracks, but the music was cool. One thing I wanted to add before I give my rating on this album was on the last track, Actium, there was this melody synth of, and I thought it was about to be a Rick Astley thing, the never gonna give you up meme, but it didn't happen. So, you know, that was kind of funny, at least in my experience as a Gen Zer. But regardless of the fact, if I had to give this album a rating out of 10, it's kind of hard because it's an instrumental album and it's ambient IDM music, which I'm not too familiar with. So I don't know what kind of rating to give it. But as far as my enjoyment of the album, I would say it's a 7 out of 10. I liked a few tracks. I thought it was cool. It makes me want to hear more Aphex Twin. The only Aphex Twin I knew before was Avril 14, then that was because of Kanye. But let me know what you guys thought about this review and what albums you guys want me to check out next.